Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about how to create your first Android application using Android Studio. We will learn how to run the application or how to get the app file which we can install in our device. So let's get started. We'll open up Android Studio which is already installed in my machine. If you don't have it installed, you can check my other video around it. I'll share that link in my description box. We'll open Android Studio here. We will see how it works, and you can see Arctic Fox version is installed in my laptop or machine. So this is the first window which comes out where you can create your first Android application. I will select new project. Once we select the new project, in the left hand side we can see we have multiple options: phone and tablet, VR operating system, Android TV, automotive. Based on what we need to create or for what device we need to create, we need to select this. We are going to create for phone and tablet, which is default selected here. So we are not going to change this, but you can change this as per your wish. In the right hand side, if you see, we have multiple types of activities, which means there are a different UI associated with it. Let's say, for example, I want to create one login activity. So this login activity, if I select this will help us to auto produce some code for the login. We are new and we are going to learn complete Android development. So we will be starting it from scratch. So we are not going to use any auto generated code. We will learn it from scratch, and for that reason we are going to select empty activity. We'll select empty activity and we'll click on next. Now we need to feed some details of the application like name, package name, location of the project, language, or minimum SDK. For the name we can say my first application. So this is the name of your application. Second, we'll see package name. What is this package name? So you must have seen on Play Store while installing the application. This is kind of unique identifier for your application. For example, if I talking about any of the application, so it will be having unique identifier. Let's say YouTube. So if you see here on the top in the URL we have com.google.android.youtube, which means it is kind of unique identifier for this application. Taking another example of WhatsApp, we can see this ID is com.whatsapp. So similarly we have to select one identifier for our application. We can change this. For us it is com.example.myfirstapplication, which looks good for me, so I'll not change this. Now we'll come to save location, which means the location of the project. You can select any of the location in your system. So it is on desktop. Under desktop Alpesh, mobile application, my first application is the name, which is okay for me. We can see Java or Kotlin as a language. We'll select Java. Minimum SDK, which means the minimum operating system version of the device where we want to run your application. Now if I have selected 7.1.1, that means it will not run on lower devices which are running lower versions than 7.1.1. We'll click on finish. We'll see this is preparing our first application. It will take some time to load, and Once it is loaded, we can see how it is looking. We can see the project structure. We can see how to modify things for our application and how to write the code for it. So if we see, this has created main activity.java file. Main activity Java file is the entry file of your application as per the default configuration, and we'll see the one UI associated with this. If you see main activity, it is having one UI called activity underscore main. So activity underscore main is your XML file, which is kind of view for your application. If you want to change this, we can change that. Now the project is created. We can see the project structure or the folder structure, which is very important for us to understand. Now we'll learn what is project structure and what is use of it. So we can see this is main.fest file. I'll click on expand. Okay. In the Android main.fest.xml file, we can have the basic configuration of the file, like permissions or many other things. We'll not talk about this in detail, but just to understand that, okay, this is your basic configuration file, which is actually being used for any of the configuration you want to provide. Now we'll come to the coding part of it. So we can see com.example.my first application, and under that we have main activity. We have other folder called res, which is kind of resource folder, and under that we have drawable, layout, map, and values. Under drawable we can keep any of the image or the resource which is required. Under layout we have all the UI related XML files. For us, we created main activity.xml, or it is auto or by default created. So activity underscore main.xml will go under layout, and any layout which we want to create will keep it in the layout. Map is nothing, just to keep some important or image related thing. For example, IC launcher, here we have IC launcher, which is like launcher icon of the application. Then values, under values we have colors.xml, we have different color codes. String.xml, we have different, we can keep different strings which can be picked from our code. We'll talk about that, like how it works, but we are not going to talk about in detail about it, because our focus is to learn how to create your first Android application. Now we'll go to main activity.java. We can see set content view, which is r.layout.activity main. I'll reach to this file. So this is our view associated with main activity.java file. Any view which you want to create, we can change it here. We'll talk like how to create multiple views, multiple pages, but for this page or this activity main activity.java file, we have activity underscore main XML file. So whatever we will change here will reflect. Once we open the app, we can see how it is looking and what changes we did and how it is reflecting. So we have different modes of it: design mode, split mode, code mode. So if you are experienced, if you are more experienced, you should prefer code base, UI design. But because we are going to learn it from scratch, we are new here, so we'll select the split mode, which is very common mode to create any of the view. Even experienced people prefer this mode. Why people prefer this? Because in the left hand side you are changing the code and it is reflecting on the right hand side in the view. Now because we want to create first application, I am going to use one of the image. I want to create one image view, and then we'll change this text to something else and we'll run our application. For that, we need to get one image which I have already downloaded on my desktop. It is here on the desktop. I'll copy this We'll take it to the drawable folder. Any image which you want to keep, you can keep under drawable folder. Okay, so we are good here. Now because I want to use this image, we have to select the image view. And how to do that? We can write the code for it, but we have already design guided tools which can be utilized for this. So we'll click on the design. We'll see here we have image view, recycler view, and there are different views around this. We are going to select image view. We'll drag and drop to this. It is asking me which file to select or which image to select. I'll select one of the file from my driver folder. Click OK. Now it is populated with this. We can drag and drop to it. It will work like this. If we want to change any of the configuration from here, we can change it from code. Let's say I want to change the width of it to 100 dip. We can do that. So we will take this as a 300 dip, which will look better. We can keep this in center, and we can remove this. It is actually not required. We'll talk why it is not required that much. Here we can see app src compact, which is the URL of the image. We are good with this. We can say app. If you want to change this, we can do Android src and then drawable and the link of our image. We'll say height is wrap content, which means based on your image it will auto pick the height. We can take this to center. We'll say Android gravity is center, so it will be the center of the image. Okay, but for I think we should take this to as a match parent, which will look more better. We'll learn about how to use different configuration or things like that, how to change width and height or anything like that. We'll remove this for now. Okay, now you can see we have one text view as well, hello world. We can change the text to anything else. Hello, my first app. Now we can see here we have configured image, or we have set a view for image, and we have also set a text view. I'll give some margin to this text view as well. We'll take this to up and okay, and we'll give some margin and Android margin from top, let's say 50 dip to have some spacing between this. If we zoom it a bit, we'll see there is a gap now. We can also give some height to this, let's say 300 dip, which is good for now. Now we can run this application, and for that we need to go to Avd Manager. If you are new and first time you are going to run this, so you need to create one virtual device. You can select any of the device. We'll click next, and you need to select one API label for configuring this virtual device, and then you can click on the next. It will take some time to download if you are going to download something from here, because in my machine API 132 is already downloaded in the emulator, so we are good with this. So if you click next, one device will be created like this, and while running you can select this device to run. So I clicked on run. Now we can see this is running. This is showing the cached version of it, but if you see here, this is trying to install a launching activity. Now launch is successful, so this will be shown. I'll close this and run it again. This might be an experience with you as well, because of slowness of the device or your computer. I'll forcefully close this and run it again. So we also have this text which should be visible here, so I'll run this again and we'll see how it is working, how it is looking like. We'll click on next. It will take some time because of the slowness of the device of my laptop, or we can also forcefully close this. Okay, now we are good. We have closed this. Okay, we'll run this again. Okay, it will take some time to install. Now this will launch my first application. If we want to change anything, we can change it. Let's say I want to keep one button here. I can go to design mode, can take one button here. I will go to split mode. Now if you see, the button is created. Let's align this to here. Let's change the spelling of app. I think, yeah, we are good now. Now we see this button, right? So on this button, let's say I want to show some message to the user and want to change this button text to, let's say, show message, or any action we want to perform, we can do that. We can change this ID as well. Let's say button action or button underscore action. We'll see how to use any of the element or component in the Android. So for that, I'm going to just demonstrate how to use button and write the code for it. So button action is the ID. We'll go to main activity. Here what we need to do, we need to actually write the reference button. This is equal to, we need to import this as well. We'll import this. We'll import the class. We'll say find view by ID dot ID dot action button or button action. We'll implement one click listener dot set on click listener, new view on click listener. Let's say I want to show one message, so we'll write toast message, get application context, some message, hi, I am a message, toast dot length long dot show. So we'll run this now. Now we can see this button will come here. It is not aligned properly. I'll align this because we are using drag and drop feature, so alignment might be different what it is looking in the device and what it is showing in the emulator or in the code or in the the mode which we have open here. So we need to write the code for it, like to align it properly. For now we are good. Like we can click on show message, so message will come, hi, I am a message. So this is how we can align multiple components. We can set things like that, or basically how to distribute these layouts properly so the things are aligned properly. We will learn in next videos. We'll learn how to write code for Android application and how to make best of it. So this is how you can run it in emulator. And if you want to get the APK, how to get the APK and install it in your device, we will learn that in the next videos. Thank you for watching this video. If you like the content, if you like the way I have explained to you, and if you are in mobile application development, you want to choose this as a career, I can guide you with my videos. You can also leave some comment if you have some questions around it. Please subscribe this channel to get more videos on how to develop Android application. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe this channel if you find it good for you. Thank you so much.